What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Suikoden 5. So I'm going to remove Matthias's rune. We got Matthias and Isabel in the last episode. He starts with the Cyclone rune, which is obviously very powerful, but not on him. His magic's not that great. We're going to remove them from the party, actually. Oh, I should have removed her equipment. I don't plan to use them long term. I already showed their combo attack off in the last episode. I mean, I don't really have anything new, really. But I'll go ahead and remove it anyway. Alright, so let's bring back in my usual party of Phelan, Phelan, Roy. Oh, we can't put Roy in there, okay. Right now. So we'll have to wait on that. He's part of the plot, so we won't be able to add him in yet. We'll get Lorelei in there. Then we'll do Egbert. We'll do Marina. And then let's see, who else do I want to bring in? Yeah, we'll do Mirid. And we'll do, I guess, Taylor for Analyze. Speaking of Taylor, let's go read the next issue of his newspaper. Ah, crap. Can't do it if he's in the party. So we read issue 0, we read issue 1, so now I'm going to read issue 2. I usually do one of these per episode. Front page, issue 2. Prince living double life as bandit. Rumors have been circulating that the prince has been spotted in Sable performing what are described as bandit-like activities. This news has caused much consternation among the prince's forces. However, there are conflicting reports that state the prince was in the car at the time. But an eyewitness from Sable who requested anonymity is sure the culprit is indeed His Royal Highness. I seen him with my own 2 eyes. The witness said he was walking all regal. Ain't no doubt about it, it was the prince. Perhaps not even an official denial by the prince will put an end to these suspicions. Yashuna Village hot springs dry up. The Dawn Times has learned that Yashuna Village, a tourist resort famous for its hot springs, is experiencing a strange and sudden reduction in the amount of water coming from its subterranean source. The proprietors of the hot springs inn are at their wits' end. Adding to the stress and heartbreak for the citizens of Yashuna is that no one can pinpoint the cause of this mysterious drop in water volume. None of us can figure out what's gone wrong, an improprietor tearfully exclaimed. If something doesn't happen soon, we'll be out of business. Portraits of the Enemies, a hawk. As promised in the previous installment of Portraits of the Enemy, The Downtimes will share what we have learned about the traitorous Queen's Knight, Zahak. To begin with, we must mention that Zahak is of noble birth. He is actually a distant relative of Godwin family. In fact, it was Lord Godwin who first discovered Zahak's talent for swordsmanship and recommended him for a position as a Queen's Knight. Zahak's first real taste of battle was during the Armis invasion 8 years ago, where he proved himself among the strongest of the Queen's Knights. Zahak is known for his quiet, measured disposition, but he's actually more cold and unfeeling than calm and composed. Those who have worked closely with him reveal an almost megalomaniacal personality, one who would do absolutely anything to achieve his goals. Buddhism Mimi has uncovered the reason Zahak turned his back on the royal family. According to insiders, Zahak is firmly convinced that Lord Godwin's iron-fisted methods are truly the best way to make Felena into a more powerful nation. Zahak's unwavering devotion to the strong-arm tactic of Lord Godwin is probably the reason he set Lakar ablaze. In Zahak's judgment, this tactic was the best way to put the Prince's forces in disarray and secure the Godwin faction's rapid evacuation, even if it put many innocents at risk. Former comrades of Zahak now say that they won't put anything past him in the future. I was surprised at the time, but now that I think about it, that's just the kind of cold, calculated maneuver he'd make in battle. Former Queen's Knight Kyle said, "I was a damn fool not to expect it." Alright, so now we can advance the storyline. Make sure to recruit Isabel and Matthias before advancing the storyline, though. They are missable, so if you don't recruit them, eventually they will become missable. So it's best to recruit them now. We did it in the last episode. Before advancing the storyline, I want to upgrade our weapons to level 12. For Phelan, Phelan, and Zweig. It's going to cost me quite a bit of money, but I got over 1 million, as you can tell. It's going to bring us below, well, yeah, it's probably going to be, yeah, it's going to bring us below 1 million. Just barely. Okay. So we got all of our weapons level 12 now for my main party. I need to store some stuff real quick. So let me do that. The dragon incense I don't really need in my inventory. These I could just sell. Well, I was going to sell the beer. I'm probably going to have to make room for stuff. Yeah, I'm out of storage space. So what I'm going to do is retrieve all the beer that I have and go sell it to Endorf Village. I'll be right back. I'm going to go do that. Alright, we're all set and ready to go. Went ahead and sold the beer. Got up to 1.3 million. Nope. Prince, what should we do now? Probably go to the war room. So we already recruited all the characters that we can recruit up to this point in the game, so we're good to advance the storyline. Up here's Isabel and Matthias slaughtering a helpless race in the name of national unification. It's been a long time since I've encountered such wanton evil. It would seem I was correct to side with you. Please speak with Lady Isabel, not me. My only purpose is to live and die at my lady's command. Alright, here we go. Hey, George is back again. Oh, the prince, just the man I've been waiting for. George, what is it? Bad news, I'm afraid. It seems the Godwins are going forward with Lim's coronation ceremony. Coronation ceremony? Humph. Putting her through the motions like that, as if she were their little dress-up doll. Not if I can help it. Please, Silas, calm yourself. I know how you must feel, but the ceremony will be held in Solfalena. So, does that mean there's something we can do about it? If there were, we would already have reconquered Solfalena and ended this war. Oomph. The problem isn't the ceremony itself. The real issue is that many foreign dignities have been invited. Emissaries from the island nations, the Dukedom of Gaian and Nagaria are coming. Even Armis is invited. Obviously, the island nations we know from Suikoden 4, and then Gaian as well. They want all foreign nations to recognize that the Godwins are the rightful rulers of Falena. Or, I forgot to do her accent. I bet they were even scheming to form a few formal alliances. We can't have any foreign nation allying with the Godwins, especially not the Island Nations Federation. Right, Farid was from the Island Nations. Razor, it'd be terrible if you ended up fighting against his homeland. So there you have it, Prince. We must meet with the Island Nation's ambassador before he arrives in Falena. And I think it would be best if the prince himself goes, so that they will see we have nothing but good intentions. What do you think, Your Highness? Leave it to me. Alright, we're counting on you, Your Highness. The Island Nation's ambassador is Admiral Scald Egan. He's a good man. Reasonable, too. As long as you're honest, he'll listen. In fact, I'll go with you. You will? Well, I've spent some time in the Island Nations before. I know my way around. Also, I won't have the Godwins after my head there. It'd be nice to be able to walk around freely for a change. Give my regards to Admiral Egan, George. Excuse me? Nothing, just give my regards. Well then, Your Highness, we're counting on you to make a good impression. Ships traveling between Falena and the island nations usually stop at Nirva Island for rest and supplies. The island's about halfway along the route, so ships tend to stay about 5 to 7 days. Gotta make contact with Admiral Egan while his ship's still docked there, Prince. I'll get the ship all set up so don't worry about a thing. Meet me in a strikes when you're ready, Prince. We're gonna get this done. I'll put Roy to work while you're gone, so you needn't rush, Your Highness. I'd rather you took your time, in fact. George joined the party, alright, so we'll get rid of him Taylor. Now we already know the power of George. George needs no introduction. But let's see, we can now, well, I want to get treasure run up to a C before we leave. You ought to make a, wow, let me try that again. You ought to take a good look at your father's hometown. Roots are important, remember that. He despises injustice. I believe he will help us if we speak honestly with him. You've heard of Astrice, haven't you? It lies far to the east of Rainwall. Lem is to become queen. Well, we know our next destination is Astrice. Why don't things here while you're away? This will be your first time at sea, won't it, Your Highness? Be ready for a lot of swaying. Human windows in this castle are different from most. Sundar race, you say. They made these human windows long, long ago. They were human, right? Change the window set. Just who does Godwin think he is? A matter now than when Lord Lake was scorched. Alright, so we know our next destination, the Island Nations. So before you leave, you should probably visit all the trading shops, the trading posts before doing that, before going there. Because it might be a while before you're able to come back. So I would visit the trading post and then sell, and then not sell, but store the stuff that you buy for selling later. So I'm going to go to all the trading posts and just buy up a bunch of stuff and store it. And I'll be right back. I do recommend buying iron as one thing to buy because you can turn around and sell that in Nirva Island for a good profit. Let's check on the investigation here. So we did Al-Hazred. Al-Hazred is a traveling book peddler. No, that's not right. He's a collector of rare tomes. He doesn't collect the tomes to sell them, he said. So the form peddler apparently offends him. Alright, we'll do the next investigation there. It's going to take a long time to get every single investigation, so yeah. Unfortunately, it's going to be a while before we complete everybody. But anyway, I'm still buying, did not mean to buy that, but I can just turn around and sell it. Definitely recommend buying tea because if the price skyrockets in Dwarf Village, or not Dwarf Village, but if the price skyrockets in Beaver Lodge, you can sell it for a lot and make like a 20 grand profit. So it's definitely worth buying tea. And besides that, you should buy sake, and you want to sell sake in Lokar. Beer, you want to buy beer, you can sell that in Dwarf Camp. Gold and silver you can buy at Dwarf Camp and other places. You should always buy gold and silver. and then sell it in Hod Village. Iron. Well, actually, iron you can sell in Sable. Sable, you can actually sell iron for more in Sable than uh, Nirva Island. So actually, you can go ahead and just sell iron now at this point. Buy it from pretty much everywhere and just sell it to Sable. Yeah. Alright, I went ahead and did all the trading I needed to do. Stored all my trading goods. Make sure to have a bunch of baked cheesecake. As you can tell, I got 40. That'll be plenty. Shouldn't need any more than that, really. How many SP? Okay, George is 253 SP. Okay. Alright, I gotta reposition my formation here. There we go. Alright, let's go to a Strice. And we'll head down to the ship. And there's a ship right there. Alright, pretty big ship too. Ah, Prince, right on time. What do you think? Isn't she a beauty? This is the good ship. Elmi Lark. She's your ticket to Nirva Island, Prince. Wow. Something like those tiny Raffleet boats. Yep. Big difference between river boats and ocean-going vessels. Ah, George, you know your ships, do you? The Elmi Lark was made using the latest shipbuilding technology from the Island Nations Federation. Even the longest voyages feel like nothing with this baby. You'll all be fine, trust me. Oh, she's just about ready to weigh anchor. Ready to go, Prince? Weigh anchor. Gahahaha. Alright. It's off to the clear blue yonder. You go. Good luck with the Island Nations ambassador. We're counting on you, Prince.
Prince, are you alright?
If you two are that sick, why don't you go rest in your cabin?
We'd feel even worse without the wind blowing in our faces. Why does it have to rock like this?
Because it's the sea.
Oh, I don't think I like the sea very much. Hey, how come you're alright, George?
Because I'm used to it. And if you two just get used to it, you'll be fine too.
I don't think I could ever get used to this.
Oh, jeez.
Seasick. I've never been out at sea, so I wouldn't know. I've obviously been out on the river, of course, but no, I've definitely never been out to sea. It's a whole nother ball game once you get out at sea. Or ocean, whatever. Is the ground rocking here too? We're on land now. Cut the theatrics, alright? Got work to do. Take a look at that. Oh, would you look at that? I'll just look at it. Would you look at that? That's the Lino and Cultus Flagship of the Island Nation Federation fleet. Yep. Nice Suikoden 4 reference there. It's under the command of Admiral Scald Egan, their ambassador. That's just the man we were looking for. Yeah, Suikoden 4, like, it got 2 games, Suikoden 4 and Suikoden Tactics. Suikoden Tactics is a sequel. Well, it starts out as a prequel, and then it becomes a sequel to Suikoden 4. And then they mention it in this game as well, so it's like they really put a lot into the storyline of Suikoden 4. It's so expansive that they even reference it in this game too. So, yeah. I do really think the Suikoden 4 storyline is like the best out of all of them. It really was cool. The whole Rune of Punishment storyline and all that, and how it would take lives, and then eventually the main character would get it, and he obviously had to gather the 108 Stars of Destiny to kind of prevent himself from, perishing by the rune. Got no time to lose. Let's head over to the Lino and Cultus. Hey, wait. Since the ship's in port, shouldn't the ambassador be in town? We should go check the inns first. All the Rockins done a number on your noggin, eh? Don't you notice all the people gathered by the Lino and Cultus? He's got to be there. Oh. Yeah, looks like you're right. So, as I was saying, let's head over there. Excuse me. Here is Royal Highness the Prince of the Kingdom of Falena, correct? Correct. Yeah. Admiral Egan will be here shortly. Please wait a moment, Your Royal Highness. Okay, so he's going to come to us. That's the way it should be. We shouldn't have to come to him. He should be coming to us. That was fast. How do they recognize the prince? Admiral Egan's got kind of a sixth sense about things. He's not Admiral for nothing, you know.
Well. Your Royal Highness the Prince, Leon, George, welcome. Scald Egan, Admiral of the Island Nations Federation Fleet.
It's nice to meet you.
No, the pleasure's all mine. You certainly are unflappable, though, aren't you? I guessed who you were right away, but you didn't even bat an eye. I was looking forward to giving you a little jolt, but you weren't surprised at all.
Okay.
Well, it would be mean to keep you in the dark any longer, so I'll reveal my secret if you want. I'm afraid word of the situation in Falena has spread even to the Island Nations Federation. Even before we set out for Falena, we predicted somebody would come from your side. So when you got down off of Lord Wild's ship, I knew you had to be the ones we were expecting. But of course, I never thought in my wildest dreams that His Royal Highness himself would be the one. You look just like your mother, Prince. I recognized you immediately.
Huh. Cool.
Admiral, this way. Please, come quickly, sir.
Fine. I'll be right there. I'm terribly sorry, Your Highness, but I'm afraid we're a little busy here. I think I may already have a pretty good idea of why you're here, but we can talk about it more later. Until then, why don't you all get some rest at the inn? Now, if you'll excuse me.
Alright, off to the inn then. Huh. Who is she? That was kind of weird. She just gave us a glance. Not sure if that was a good glance or a bad one. That's Admiral Egan, huh? To the island nation, he's their kind-hearted grandfatherly protector. But to pirates, he's the most frightening sea demon imaginable. Well, he is a bit intimidating. I can see why the pirates fear him. He seems to be in a hurry. Let's go see what's up. Alright, so right off the bat, you got a save point here. I will be saving it soon, but I'm not going to save it yet. We're going to explore this portion of the town, and then I'll probably end the video. Admiral Egan isn't like most nobility. He's a tough guy, not afraid to knock a few heads around. I mean, the man's captured countless pirates with his bare hands. He'll get things sorted out, believe me. Lino Cultus was the king of Obel during the Island Nation's Liberation War 150 years ago. He's a most revered hero. Yeah, this is what I was saying. Like, the timeline of the Suikoden games was 4, 5, 1, 2, and 3. And yeah, Suikoden 4 came way before 5, as you can tell, 150 years. During the turbulent time, it was his proposal that led to the formation of the Island Nations Federation. Ever since then, the flagship of the Island Nations Federation fleet has always been named the Lino Cultus. How do you do? Pirates might use all the commotion at the Great Lighthouse to come ashore somewhere else. Okay, apparently there's a commotion at the lighthouse. Welcome to Nirva Island. Make sure you see the lighthouse while you're here. It is our most famous landmark. There's a bit of trouble there at the moment, though. No unusual activity to report here. And that ship over there we heard was the Lino Cultus. This is awesome. Hey, stay out of my way. What you looking at, you punk? Got some kind of problem, pal? Stupid doggo. Bark at me. So, you're from Falena, right? Have you tried Nirva seared bonito? It's our specialty. I guess you get a lot of river fish in Falena, right? I bet fresh ocean fish are a lot harder to come by. Stupid pirates, as if Admiral Egan would let a little threat like them bother him. The Island Nation Federation is, well, it's a federation of all the islands around these parts. The biggest is the Kingdom of Obel. It is the capital of the Island Nations. Have you seen the Lino Cultus that's in port right now? She's from Obel. Alright guys, that'll be it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Later.